sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Hey! Yeah!
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome!
This is early morning cast for us.
Right.
Early morning, we mean early afternoon. I'm drinking a coffee cocktail. Keoh has
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. No, it's a
It's a Celsius.
Excelsior. Let's crank it up.
Oh, yeah. Come on, get up. Yeah, you in the back. You.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night, Date Night, Daytime, Day Grind.
That's it.
Wherever you are, whenever you are.
However you are. Whoever you are. Did you already say that one? No, you said when and where.
Say them all. Say them all for the people.
All right. There it is. All right, quiet down. Today, Pet Cast.
Welcome to the show, Petcast.
That's it. We're doing a Pet Cast. We're going to talk about pets. If you got a pet, comment down below.
How did the mic sound? Did they sound funny, or am I just not used to talking to the mic right now?
I don't know. I think they sound like they sound. And
could just be my ears are not awake yet.
as long as it's recording, brother, we're going to be all right.
I think so.
I think it probably is.
I hope so.
All right. Have you, Garrett, ever had a pet?
I have a lot of pets.
Yeah?
I
Do
have
tell.
had. Let's do.
Do tell.
Let's do the list.
Okay.
I have grown up. First pet as a child. We're going to include family pets.
Absolutely.
Golden Retriever 1.
Oh, yeah. I had one of those. That's a white thing.
Dixie. Oh, yeah. We love them. We love those goldies, baby.
That's a white thing.
Dixie. He was a wild man. Golden Retriever 2. Max.
Nice.
Max, a.k.a. the bear. Max may have been also Golden Retriever, but very different. So Goldens can kind of vary, even in the purebred. So our first Golden was a classic, wavy, blonde locks. You know the deal. Max was a deep red color. Shorter hair.
It's like my uncle's.
Boxy head.
Yes.
What was wild about Max was he may have been the largest purebred golden retriever on record. Good Lord.
We get close. Me and the Moose Cup.
This is gonna be a short hour for you.
Yeah.
So Max was wild.
Tell me.
No joke, maybe the largest purebred golden retriever on record. He was not fat. Athletic dog. He was 130 pound plus.
Yeah.
At his biggest size. He was twice the size, like height, body length of a normal golden retriever. For whatever, he was just a giant of his race.
Yes. I know how that goes.
Yep, you know it. He was wild. Also, like gentle giant, maybe the sweetest golden I've ever met. He was a wild guy. Love the Max. We had a Great Pyrenees, another giant dog.
Wow.
This one we rescued. Before that, we had a rescue named Bud. He was a super mutt, but he kept escaping. So he literally, almost like the power of a Springer Spaniel, he would jump over a 6-7 foot fence and escape over.
Wow.
He probably did like a little kick up on it or whatever, but still mind blowing. He would get over it.
That's wild.
He would escape all the times. My parents ended up giving him away. Wow. Who knows what that means? Maybe that means like the farm. I don't know.
Oh no!
But they had to get rid of him because he kept escaping. We were like, I don't know where he went. Hopefully, like an actual farm, because that dog could not be contained.
No.
So that was another dog. Multiple cats.
Really?
I had a cat, my personal cat, named Perky.
Yeah.
I found him when I think I was in first grade, and I named him Perky. I have no idea why. I found him in the snow. I was walking home from, at the time we lived in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, which is also where the federal penitentiary is, like the worst criminals. So my dad is an Army guy.
That's kind of like a prison name. Like, oh, come here, Perky.
Oh, he was. So right behind our house where we were staying was soccer fields. Right behind the soccer fields, the prison.
Nice.
So I would walk home from school by the prison through the soccer fields, and it was a super snowy day, and I found this kitten
Did he have an orange jumpsuit?
He was orange and white. And I put him in my jacket, and I told my mom that he followed me home. While he's in my jacket. I was like, no, he followed me.
Cat's like, get away.
So they let me keep him.
All
right. Cat 1. A lot of cats don't even remember. We had a huge gray cat named Smokey.
Smokey.
Bunch of cats.
All right.
Add on, at one point in 3rd grade, I had a hamster.
All right.
Her name was Lacey.
Okay.
Hamsters are weird pets too because they flatten their bodies. So I used to get the biggest kick out of a kid, like crossing my legs and putting Lacey underneath there and just watching her wiggle out from what I thought was nothing. She would just flatten her body and wiggle out.
That's crazy. Did she love that or hate that? I wonder. She was like, oh no, not this again.
I don't think hamsters care. It's hard to tell.
No. Yeah, my friend Leo has one. I think he named it like Big Balls or something because he has big balls.
Yeah, the rodents are weird pets. When you're a kid, you get a pass. I think like if you're an adult and into rodents, you're special. Like almost like
Leo.
Lizard people are very interesting. I'm all for anybody doing anything because I love animals.
Sure.
It's a weird love to love like a lizard.
Yeah, it's cold-blooded.
Yeah, so I've never loved a lizard, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, only hamster there. That was fun.
Got it. Did you put her in a ball?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the stuff. I had the
the wheel,
the tubes.
The tubes.
I had the tubes through my room so she could go all around.
I like that.
I had the ball, so if I wanted her to let loose, I didn't have to worry about her getting lost because I'd just find the orb.
Yeah, there she is.
So that was a fun one. Fish. You've been with me. I've had a lot of fish tanks.
I literally in my notes just wrote fish! Exclamation mark.
Because we're gonna get deep into that. We'll talk fish later.
Fish later.
Later, but fish I think are really fun if you do a cool tank. So we'll get into that later.
It's more of like a hobby. It's like you have pets in it, but it's all about the tank.
So multiple cats, multiple dogs growing up, and then my now wife. We fostered a couple dogs too. So we did some fostering, weren't ready to commit on an animal. So we fostered a few dogs, which is fun. Mm-hmm. That honestly is really emotionally difficult because I get really attached.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me.
I can't believe you guys did that.
Almost every single one we've fostered, I've tried to keep.
Yeah,
I have a conversation where I'm trying to convince her we got to keep it.
Yeah.
And she loves dogs too, but we just,
I couldn't do it.
The whole point of fostering is to find them a home, not to keep all of them.
Right.
My brain immediately goes to, well, now you're ours.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. If somebody asked me to do that, no.
You just got to keep in the back of your head, okay, this is for them.
Get away from me.
And especially like our first dog that we had to find a home, I was like the worst foster parent ever. And that like I would shut everybody down. Like, no, they're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. It took forever for me to finally release these dogs.
Yeah.
Because my thing was this. If you're fostering, now hear me out. If you're fostering, then the forever home needs to be better than I'm providing now. So we just live in an apartment, we've got a dog trail and all this stuff, but I feel like, okay, they need an upgrade. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, all right.
I'm trying to give them an upgrade.
Dang,
so
dude, you're like this dog's agent.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm like MJ's agent. Like I'm playing hardball with every customer.
Talk to me, new owner. What do you got?
I was like making sure their jobs were stable. I was the worst if you wanted one of my dogs, but because I cared about those dogs. I wanted to go to sleep knowing they got an upgrade. Yard, whatever. I didn't want people that like work all day and this is like a live by itself for 10-hour dog.
Sure.
No dog wants that.
Yeah.
Maybe like an old grumpy dog or those shit little dogs.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about those shit little dogs actually.
Okay, so I think that's the end. Yes, for now, that's the end of my brief pet history.
That was a lot of fucking pets, my man.
I love animals, and I
do too.
I do want more as we go, as we get our little life circumstance more together. There will be more.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. For me, shorter list. My parents were like, nah, we're not getting you shit.
First animal ever. So none.
Yeah. They started and they were like, okay, we'll get them hermit crabs. They got, that was my first pet.
You did a hermit crab? That's
3.
That's like a fun one for kids because probably not a lot of upkeep. They just have a real little cage.
Well, they died.
I was about to say, I don't think they live long.
Thank God.
I thought it was from the ocean.
I thought it was us.
I feel like they really need to be by the ocean or a lake.
We had hermit crabs, and then we upgraded to my sister's. My sister's class had a what are they called? Not hamsters, the big ones.
A rat?
No,
Gerbil.
No, bigger than that. Guinea pig. Boom.
Guinea pig.
Got it. Guinea pig.
Those are weird ones too.
Yeah, like a huge gerbil.
What's another one a lot of people do that are weird pets? It's not an otter or muskrat. What's the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
a ferret
right now. A ferret.
If they didn't stink, I'd be in.
Ferrets are rascally.
If they didn't stink, I'd be all the way in on a ferret. I like their little long bodies.
Okay, so
they're funny.
Hermit crabs, so not a good experience with the Hermes.
No. No. But then we borrowed the class's guinea pig, like my sister's little kindergarten teacher was like, yeah, you can keep it for a week. So like that was our second experience with a pet. Then my sister was like a big animal freak at the time. She was like, she a freak. No, not that kind of freak. Shut up.
Animal freak. Animal freak. Come on, easy, bro. This is the family podcast now.
She got us a parrot, and we all hated it. Hated the birds.
Okay, that's a whole nother.
It would look at you like the thing would
conversation.
go up, and it would put its wings out and try to attack you. Like,
I mean, bird owners are a different breed of people too. We need to get in depth too on the type of pet you have and the type of person you are. Like once again, I'm all for all animals, all pets. I love it, but there definitely are, I think, types of people that like certain types of animals.
Sure,
I've got to be honest. I don't understand bird people. I don't understand lizard people. Maybe we can get educated on it, but I don't understand.
We're about to get into it because I don't understand cat people. So, you see,
I like cats too, and a lot of people are like that.
And you do like cats, but they don't really like you.
They can be bitchy. It really depends on the cat.
Yeah. I've noticed.
Cats are so most dogs in general are pretty cool and like people. Cats are like 50-50. Some like people, and some are the fucking worst.
Yeah, I think that most cat owners are like still holding on to when they were kittens. They're like, oh, they loved me back then, and now they're like, come here, and it's like, fuck off, and runs away, and they're like, oh, you.
I mean, they don't listen like dog. It's just a different type of pet.
They are an apex predator.
And I think. A bad cat can ruin you, and a good cat can change your mind.
Yeah,
and even different breeds. So, like in my experience, most black cats are very friendly, even though they're like the scary ones and bad luck.
Okay,
bad luck. Most black cats seem to be really chill. Mancoons, which are the really
big ones.
Mancoons are the giant ones. So
yeah,
most people say it. My brother had a couple that they act more like dogs.
Yeah, I heard that.
So like I think the bigger cats in general are kind of like that, but Mancoon specifically. There's another interesting breed of cat called a ragdoll. It's bred to be very just, I don't know a better word, submissive. So you can like throw them upside down. Like most animals don't like to be put on their back. It's like a, submissive behavior. But ragdolls, they're bred to just be like, I don't give a fuck. You can just flop them around. Kind of like when you remember, like you see the videos of like toddlers dragging a cat around.
Yeah, it's a very appropriate name.
And they don't care.
Yeah.
That's how the ragdolls are bred. To just be like, whatever, you want to flip me upside down? I don't care.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So there are cats
just
like
throw
that.
Throw them across the room. I'm done with you.
But the dark side of cats.
Uh-oh.
There are cats that are the worst no matter what. One of my buddies.
Yes, I've met them.
You've met bad cats. He actually had a cat that was just his. His family had multiple cats and dogs. Even him, the only human this cat liked was him, and even him would claw the fuck out of him all the time. And this was the human that.
Oh, you see the people with their abusive relationship marks on them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have a cat that loves you.
She did it because she loves me.
She just loves me so much she won't let go.
No, it was my fault. I tried to pet her. It was my fault.
I love watching the videos where the cat attacks the human, and it just locks them up, and they're like, ah, like shaking their arm.
Some cats are the worst.
Bro, listen. I don't need to. I'll shoot that cat. I'll just it'll be like Boondock Saints.
I mean, they attack you. It's just like if like a dog bites a human, like
Sure,
you have to put
sure.
him down. You can't have an animal that just attacks people,
Bro.
but people, if it's their animal, they put up with it.
Hey, but that's the weird thing, right? A dog bites a human. Most owners are like, get him out of my house. A cat bites him. They're like, what did you do?
Because
Isn't that weird?
everyone just knows they're bitchy.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. Like, that's crazy to me. Get that shit out of my house. I can't have a little asshole in my house that doesn't pay bills.
I also think
For that, I'd have a kid.
to some degree, though, that's part of the allure. Like
Ew,
you have like a wild animal that kind of likes you. It's like why do rich people get tigers and shit? Any
let's be
false
clear.
move, that thing will eat your face, but people love it.
Let's be clear, though. If your cat's feral, I get it. If that cat can feed itself without you, I get it. But if you have a little asshole in your house who's like, where's my milk? Like, where's my food?
I agree with that, and I would
outta
say
here.
most cats are feral. So like my cat, let's go back to my homeboy Perky.
Yeah.
Perky was an outdoor cat.
No shit. He lived next to the prison.
I did not try to tame that cat, and he was happy.
Yeah.
He would disappear for days.
Yes. Leave food
Come
out
back,
for him.
scratches on him, beat up, but I just knew like, oh, he's just having a cat adventure.
Yeah.
You know? And he would come back and hang out with me, and we'd feed him, and then he'd go off, and he'd come back, and we moved.
Yeah.
You know, different houses, different states, and we bring Perky, and it's the same story. He would go explore, live his best cat life, and then he would always come back.
Dude, I think that somebody should do this. Somebody's got to put a GoPro on their cat.
That would be
And
interesting.
just like cat adventures.
Cat
like,
life.
Like just put it right here on him and just
Yeah.
watch cat fights. You're just watching them box.
And there's a very big difference between indoor cats and outdoor cats.
Well, outdoor cats
Very
are
big
all
difference.
of them are in a fight club.
Yeah. And they can feed themselves. Cats are smart, so they prefer free food, but they also got no problems killing a mouse or lizard or whatever they got
for sure.
there.
For sure.
No problems.
100%. No, cats are interesting, man. But I'm more of a dog guy. I like my dog. I got Kai. That's what I got.
I would agree. Like
He's sleeping on the floor right now.
yeah, we do got Kai. We're gonna try to get him on camera in a little bit. Ryan's got an amazing, stunning
Husky mutt.
husky mutt that everybody like goes goo goo gaga for.
If you've ever watched any of our videos, you've probably seen him. At least a
Yeah.
short. He's on the front. He's always got his heart shades on.
Anywhere out in public, this dog is a chick magnet. Every girl wants to make best friends with
know.
it. Kai is a show pony.
He is.
He knows
don't
it.
Don't try to ride him though. He's a stud.
Here's the problem with a show pony. He knows it.
Yes.
He leans into it. His charm.
He does whatever
His
he
good
wants.
looks. He knows.
He's well trained. He knows all the commands, but when it's time for him to be like, no, I don't want to.
This fucker last night when I came out and you were sleeping. Guess where he was sleeping?
On the chair.
Yeah, oh yeah. I tried to make pillow fortresses on the couches we really didn't want him on, and I forgot this one leather chair that we have. Where is he in the morning? I turn the corner. He's in the chair, guilty face, just looking at me. But it's like I was like, "Get off!" And he gets off, and he just gives you that look, and you're like, "Fuck, I can't be mad."
He's too old now. He's 11. He looks like he's 6.
I want to be mad at you, but I can't. You're just too gorgeous. Maybe
Man.
that's like you know.
All right. What pet was the hardest one to lose?
Probably the Fosters. That probably doesn't count as a loss, but like
Well,
I
that-
lost them in my life,
Well,
so they're
I
still
think-
alive as far as I know.
I think that's interesting because it was you who let them go. You know, it wasn't they weren't taken from you by,
had to give
by
them
old
away.
age or anything like that. You are the reason that dog's no longer in your life.
Yeah.
You had to say goodbye.
That was the hardest. It was,
Yeah. And the
it was
dog
like-
doesn't understand what a foster is. You know, a dog doesn't know.
you know, it's like Harry and the Hendersons, where
Yeah.
he tells the Sasquatch to go away because it's too dangerous for him living with the humans. So he has to yell at the Sasquatch and pretend like he hates him, even though he loves him, because it's better for the Sasquatch to be away from people. It's heartbreaking. That's what I equate.
I'm glad you
fostering
brought
like.
that up because I've started to form an opinion that I think is that should be talked about at the Congress level, that we should make movies where dogs have human voices illegal. Those movies are the
Interesting.
saddest movies, like the ones where like the dog's looking at you and he's like, I just love you and only you. And I live my life for you. Like
I mean,
those ones,
it's the truth.
I don't want it. No, stop voicing over these dogs. I don't need it. You, me, and Dupree
People
was
love
sad enough. I don't need somebody narrating the dog's feelings to me. Like, all I care about is us, and I'll never leave you.
Cuts too deep.
Dude, like, what are you doing?
Too deep.
Stop affecting my mental health with these movies. It's not real. We don't know what that dog's thinking. Stop putting words in his mouth.
Oh my God, you can see his eyes.
Oh, shut
You
up.
know.
Shut up. No, those should be illegal.
What's that quote about dogs? Like you, I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's to the gist of like, you know, they're like one of the best things in your life, but you're their whole life.
Yeah.
It's because it's true. They will literally live and die within your lifetime, and you have to do everything for them, like a child that never grows up.
Mm-hmm.
You care for them forever, and you are their world. You're their human. Like, you're their everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't. It's just such an interesting relationship, and like cats, same thing. Cats is like similar, but not even close, because it's very much more of a dependent relationship, and they live for your attention. Cats could give a fuck about you half the time.
That's true.
But they live for your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting by the door when you're home. So sad when you go on a vacation. Like, it's just, it's a different connection.
It is, man. Pets are crazy, man. Now we got the emotional support dogs.
It's interesting, though, you say
animals.
emotional support, too, because all the statistics have been very clear that, pet owners live longer. So there's a lot to it about, the emotional health you receive in return for caretaking these animals. Like, people, it's a natural way to deal with anxiety, stress, depression.
I agree with emotional support animals. What I disagree with is the shitty ones. I hate when I see a dog shitting in the middle of a store, and I'm like, I know you don't have your paperwork. You are a horribly trained animal.
But for that person, though, I mean, that's on the owner, but they still give that effect to that person. Because those are the type of people that are like, oh, he's just so cute as he's shitting on your neighbor's carpet.
I get it. However, have you encountered the emotional support human? Have you encountered the dog that is a nervous wreck, and they're like, oh, he's my emotional support dog, but you can clearly tell that it's the other way around, and without like every time the guy goes to the bathroom, the dog starts shivering.
That's okay. Maybe that's what that human needs.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I feel like the human should have to wear a vest. Like I support this dog's emotional health.
I keep it in check. Normally it's the little dogs that just form, far too strong of attachments.
You brought up little dogs again, so I have to say it. I have to know. Do you think you can? All right, Kai might be my last dog because Kai is the best dog.
And they're also a lot of work.
Let's
be real. We're talking about all the positives. Animals are a fuck ton of work.
Listen, you fucking listen. My house is covered in fur. Like, my entire house has a layer.
It's a labor of love.
Of Kai on it, and it sucks. And I hate to dust. It's something I don't do as an adult that I should do. So if you lick any surface of my house, you will have 400 Kai hairs. All right? It's a lot. It affects my mental health. That's not why I don't want another dog. But it is something that I will not miss. If Bro, Kai ever passes.
Burped into this microphone.
Yeah, well, I'll make it louder next time. My Celsius coming back up. He might be my last dog, but I told myself if he's not, the next dog I will get will be a little dog. Like a little dog.
Well, less dog, less work.
Less dog, less work, less poop, less pee. I can take him places without needing some special ticket. He's literally just like an accessory. Like, they're way cheaper. I can travel with him. But do you think that I can out-train the little shit dog issues of like barking like an idiot? Just being annoying. Like, little dogs are annoying.
It all depends on the breed.
Okay.
Some breeds are more predisposed for kind of those annoying attributes.
Like a Jack Russell. Everybody says Jack Russells are annoying.
Same thing like wiener dogs, people say are like, dreamy.
Wow.
Very similar. And it's funny though, because if you think about it, it makes sense. Like the barking is one of the biggest, and the reason why little dogs bark is because that's really their only defense mechanism.
Sure.
So they're just like little animals in the wild. The way they alert humans, their family, whatever, you know, like all species, bark, 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 make noise, big things, bad things are coming, and that's how you alert your human. So a big dog is more confident that it can fight off, you know, it'll still bark, but not like that. A little dog knows it's not going to fight off anything. All it can do is scare it with noise and alert its human.
Yeah.
So that's kind of their natural, you know, disposition. But yeah, some breeds are probably a little friendlier, easier trained to be more, I think, palatable for most people.
Yeah. I just kind of want to get a Jack Russell, right? And train it not to bark. And then be like, see, it can be done.
You know what's interesting too? Another big factor is just the animal's personality.
Sure.
I've had loud big dogs, I've had quiet big dogs, and vice versa. You know, I haven't had as many small dogs, like medium size though, and a lot of it is personality.
100%.
So you kind of don't know.
I get it. I just I don't know, but I want to. If I have another dog, I think I will downsize. Kai's a big boy.
How many lbs is he? How many elbows?
Usually 65. I'd say right now like 70 something, 72.
That's pretty big. My heart still goes out to like the big bigs. I like a
like 150 pounds.
Yeah, like the ones I grew up with, like 100 plus easily, like big boys.
Yeah.
I want something that like
Oh yeah.
I can wrestle with and know that I'll probably get more injured than it will. Also, they make good, you know, better guard dogs for when you have a home and a property. Then it's a real guard dog. The dog has a job. Monitor the perimeter. Yep. Make sure, you know, wolves from the wilderness don't come in and eat your chickens or whatever you got.
Yeah, totally. Purebreds or mutts?
I like them both. It's you know, in a perfect world, we would all say, oh yeah, no, purebreds are so bad because they always have issues, blah, blah, blah.
They're inbred.
Yeah, absolutely. But I love them. There's a lot of purebreds. You know, I missed one too. I also had a chocolate lab. I forgot about that. My dad had a chocolate lab named Bear, another cool dog. See, I can't even remember all the animals.
I think I met that one.
Yeah, you definitely met him.
Yep.
His name was Bear.
I know Bear.
Super cool. Yeah, wow, so many animals. But yeah, no, it's tough because especially when most people I think are attached to what you grow up with.
Sure.
So if you grow up with a breed, or even if you just like remember one, like maybe like your neighbors had like a really cool dog that you liked, it's very tough to change that attachment.
I had a golden retriever growing up. Eventually, my family finally caved and gave my sister a dog because she wouldn't shut up about it. Got a golden retriever.
So you did, after all that chitter chatter, you also got a golden retriever.
We got off track, but I told you when you said golden retriever, that's a very white thing. I did too.
But you didn't say the second part.
I did say the second part.
You did?
You're just not a good active listener.
I heard your white shame and I tuned you out.
Exactly. You see, that's what you get. That's what you get for tuning me out. But
this golden retriever's dancing in my mind.
Yep. We had one and he had hip dysplasia so badly from being a purebred, specifically an inbred. Obviously inbred, purebred, because I bought him from somebody who was definitely inbred.
Hip dysplasia sounds really bad. Do you know what's also bad? Commercial breaks, but we got to take one. We'll be right back.
Oh, my God. Pets, you got one? Keep listening.
Welcome back. Welcome
we got
back.
Them too.
We left off on bright notes, beautiful goldens with hip dysplasia.
Hip dysplasia, that's right.
It's common. They always got problems in these purebreds.
They killed the purebred for me. The fact that he still had life to live but couldn't get up and walk around.
It happens.
That's no bueno, dog. I'm a mutt man for life.
Well, now you become one. See, but here's the problem you've had with your mutt. You got to experience by accident the beauty of a purebred, because Kai looks like a purebred. Everybody thinks he's a purebred husky.
He's better looking than a purebred husky.
But the superpower that is a mutt. Kai is indestructible for his age.
Mm-hmm.
He still looks like a spring chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree when you say the beauty of a purebred. However, the most beautiful dogs I've ever seen have all been mutts.
Maybe.
ugliest dogs I've ever seen.
Fair enough.
Also mutts.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
it's-
it's the typical mixed baby thing, right? Like even humans, like
Yeah.
either you're the most beautiful person in the world, or you're like, damn, you got all the ugly traits of both those
Dang.
races.
It's just how the genetic dice rolls,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. But yeah, I like mutts. I feel like if I get a little dog, like a really little one, I still want him to be a mutt because I feel like I have a better chance of getting a good brain in that little head.
Yeah, probably.
You know, like I feel like that's a lot of the problem with little dogs is they got a little brain. I mean, they're smart, but like at what point does the size of a brain affect its learning capacity?
I don't think it's a direct correlation, but definitely some breeds are smarter than others. That's just a fact. Dog owners can cry about it, but that's a fact. That's why only some dogs are chosen to be service dogs or police dogs or medical rescue dogs. Sure. It's about intelligence. I'm pretty sure the top of the food chain is the why am I blanking right now?
Are you going to say German Shepherds?
Yeah.
I don't think they're that smart.
Well, that's everyone else does. That's why they're like one of the top breeds. There's another shepherd too. It's like some kind of a Russian type of a shepherd.
I disagree. I disagree with you, and here's why.
But in general, we can agree that's what they select.
That's what police select. That is what is selected for the job that they are doing.
Yeah, because they're a mix.
Because if we're talking about service dogs
and a controlled aggression,
service dogs, yes, exactly. We're talking that's a militant level of service.
Yeah, I mean,
if we're talking about service dogs that can do shit around your house, it's never them.
Yeah,
it's never them.
But either way, we both agree they're in the higher level of intelligence.
They 100% are highly intellectual. They're smart when it comes to protecting. They have high protective instincts.
Well, very trainable.
Yes. However, have you ever had a German Shepherd puppy?
No.
Worst animal. Worst. Like I like a good German Shepherd. I hate a bad German Shepherd, but I consistently hate a German Shepherd puppy. They're hyper and stupid, and they make a lot of noise, and they wreck your house. But I mean, I guess that's all puppies. I just had a couple bad experiences with people's German Shepherds.
Well, a lot of the really more aggressive, closer to the wolf breeds, you definitely have to establish dominance. If you're not the alpha male, then that thing will run through you, and you won't be able to have it be as obedient as, really a domesticated dog needs to be.
Yeah. No, you're right. Did you ever see the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Do they not?
Huh?
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it. I was like, what?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, what a good movie. Who are the voice actors for that? I got to look up. That movie is in my top 5 dog movies, and it's not even real.
That's a cartoon movie.
I know. It's in my top 5 dog movies. Imagine that.
Is that what we're gonna do? A top 5 dog movie list?
I was gonna ask if you had 5 that you like.
Right off the bat, Balto.
Balto's a great one.
Another cartoon one. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Lady and the Tramp. Another classic.
Mm-hmm. No way Burt Reynolds was one of the main actors in that.
Yeah, why not?
And Tom DeLuise.
I mean, that's an old movie.
Dom DeLuise, sorry.
Dom DeLuise.
Dude, this movie was amazing.
What other good animal movies are there?
Well, Yumi and Dupree.
Interesting.
That's the one. Isn't that the Owen Wilson one?
Owen Wilson.
Like, wow, I have a dog. Wow.
Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz.
No, it's not that movie.
It is Yumi and Dupree.
No, that's Something About Mary. And there's no dogs in that except for the old lady's dog.
Oh, am I mixing them up? Yumi and Dupree. I've seen that one too.
Is that what it's called? Is it Yumi and Dupree? What's the damn Owen Wilson dog movie, man? I'm sorry, guys.
Kate Hudson, not Cameron Diaz. But yeah, it is Matt Dillon, Owen Wilson, Kate Hudson, Seth Rogen, Michael Douglas, Joe Russo, blah, 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 blah.
That's Yumi and Dupree?
Blah, blah,
I'm talking
blah,
about
blah.
Marley and Me. Marley and Me.
I was giving you the
Marley and
benefit
Me.
of the doubt because
Marley and Me.
Because I was like, there's probably an animal in it, but I was like, I don't think that's like a main character.
Marley and Me. I said it earlier. I'm an idiot. It's Marley and Me, not Yumi and Dupree. How many movies has Owen Wilson done? Jesus.
A lot, bro. People got to work.
Marley and Me.
Yeah.
Marley
That's
and
Jennifer
Me,
Aniston.
That's a sad one.
Owen Wilson,
That
Jennifer
one's
Aniston.
sad.
I've only watched it once a long time ago. That's very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the problem with most animal movies is, spoiler alert, they die at the end and it's sad.
Okay,
This is like most animal movies.
Well, in opposition to that, I'm going to say, what was the movie where the two dogs and the cat get Homeward Bound? Homeward Bound.
That's a classic.
That's a classic. That's 3 voiced over dogs or 3 voiced over animals. None of them die.
That's a
Spoiler
good one.
alert. Sorry.
Can we count The Land Before Time with dinosaurs?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Some good movies.
Those are good movies. They're all sad. There's a couple of them where there's more voiced over dogs. It's like The Life of Pets or whatever. There's like a bunch of there's some dog movies out there that I literally stopped watching because they were just too sad. But yeah, there's some good dog movies. All right, what about top 5 dog breeds?
I mean, highly subjective because this is like, this is just your deal, like favorite foods.
Every top 5 is highly subjective in the history.
Not necessarily. Not if it's like a metric-based top 5.
Okay, well, nobody cares.
Like top 5, like top fastest cars, like that would be just, you can't be subjective about that.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but those are boring top 5.
So let's do easy then. I mean, the dogs I've had, I like golden retrievers, labs. I really do like shepherds. I think they're pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Pyrenees was pretty cool, except man, they were wild. She used to escape all the time too. I mean, that's like it literally like needs to be a farm dog. They're designed to like trek vast expanses and keep an eye on your property. Like this is the problem a lot of people do. We can kind of go into this. When you take dogs really out of their natural element just because they're pretty, like a lot of dogs are bred to be working dogs. Like a true husky should not be a house dog. All these people love to Instagram their husky life. The husky is anxious, tearing up your house for a reason. They're designed to pull sleds and be outdoors. Like
that's true.
You're kind of making the dog stressed because it shouldn't live like that.
So I kind of messed up this top 5 because it wasn't the one that I wanted to do, but I'll do mine real quick, which is just anything mixed with a wolf dog or some kind of pack dog. I think if you have a pack dog mix, even a Chihuahua, even if it's got some Chihuahua in there, which is an annoying dog, but they're pack dogs.
Chihuahua people will have like multiple.
Dude, Chihuahuas are dope, man. If you can train them to not suck, it's like any other little dog.
The people love them.
I've met some badass Chihuahuas. Buster's my sister's dog. He's awesome, man. There's good ones, but my actual top 5. Rewind. Top 5 pets. Top 5 pets. This is not the dog cast. This is a pet cast.
Togo was another dog movie I liked. That was a good one with a real dog, not an animal one.
Ooh, wow, not an animal dog.
Disney's Togo.
You meant animated.
Yeah, that's what I meant, animated. So I was trying to remember that one because I watched it. It's fairly recent, and I really enjoyed it. What year was it? Let's see, 2019. So it's been a while since I'd seen a good movie like that. It was almost like, I think it was based on the real life Balto. I think there was just like a live action version of that story.
I'm surprised you didn't say Snow Dogs.
Super
with Cuba
cool.
Gooding Jr.
I haven't seen that in so
I'm just
long.
kidding.
If you didn't say that, and that's just really a comedy, right?
I don't know. I think it was supposed to be. I didn't laugh.
Here's some other ones. The Paul Walker one, 8 Below.
Oh, right. That's right.
Top 5 animals. Okay,
top
let's
5
go.
Pets. Animals for your house, or animals that you would like to have in your house. Let's do a top 5.
I mean, 5 is a lot because I feel like there's not that many pets people keep. Like,
we've named a bunch.
Obviously, dog, cat, fish is a big one for me. I like really cool fish tanks.
We got to close it out with the fish tanks. Keep going.
That's right. I love fish tanks. After that, man, I'm kind of spent. I don't really want. I don't want a rabbit. I don't want another gerbil. I don't want a lizard.
You kind of want a ferret. You kind of want a ferret.
No, they're too rascally.
They're too rascally.
You find them around the house.
Hey, bro, you're too rascally.
Lose them for a day and a half and freaking out, and they're just under the couch having a blast.
All right, top 5 dream pets. I'm going first. Monkey.
Oh, well, now you've moved to dream pet. You're changing every top 5 we do.
Well, you kind of were like, I don't know.
So think about it, though. There's not a lot to choose from.
Not when you think about it like that.
What else you got?
Man. Okay, so I'm going to go dog. I'm going to go cat. Just kidding. Fuck cats.
Look
I'm
at
going to
you. You didn't even want to do cat. You put cat.
No, it was a joke. I'm gonna go ferret. They seem really fun. I don't see a problem with that. Outside of the smell, I will just have to spray it with cologne. I'm gonna go. I mean, a good hamster, dude. Like a hamster's a good pet for a kid or somebody else. You know, if you're an accessory guy, there's so many hamster accessories.
you
know,
like the home accessories. It is fun to see the hamster tubes. You can make super tubes.
Remember, I used to have pet rats. That was weird. I did that.
Ew, that's just gross.
Yeah, well, you lived with them. What else? If we're just going traditional type pet, sugar glider. That
little
would be
squirrels.
dope. The ones that fly.
Those are still, though, they're not supposed to be. They're not domesticated. They're still rodents. Like,
well, nothing's domesticated until it is.
I had a buddy that had a pet squirrel. He named it Big Nuts McGee.
Yeah.
But he basically just found this squirrel behind his house and then kept him, and then he eventually had to let him loose. But I mean, dude, it's a squirrel. Like, it's gonna do what it's gonna want to do.
Yeah, but I think a sugar glider is such a small animal that I think the house would be like it wouldn't get bored. I feel like a squirrel, they like to go way more vertical. But I guess sugar gliders can fly, so what do I know? What else? I got one more for my top 5.
I mean, it's almost like you should go top 3 for this stuff, but because there's not a ton of options for domesticated animals. We kind of went through them all.
No, nobody said they had to be domesticated.
Snake. People do snakes.
There you go.
Who?
Not domesticated.
Spiders.
Yeah.
We didn't go into that. Arachnids. People that keep spiders.
I was going to say those.
You talked about hermit crabs.
Yeah.
Okay, here's things that I will never have as a pet.
Here we go. That's
snake.
This is the top 5 you've been wanting to do.
Or a spider.
Okay.
I don't want any pet that I go to sleep and I wake up concerned that they might be out. I don't like that. Octopus is another one. Octopus escaped. Did you know that?
They're scary.
Some of the smartest creatures on the planet.
That's not a pet. That should not be a pet. That's like having a pet dolphin. There's
a lot of theory that they're actual aliens because they're so genetically different than us. They have like I'm gonna misquote it, which is making me frustrated. But I think they have 3 hearts. They have the neurons of far more neurons than most mammals. Their brain is gigantic.
Come completely flat. They can flatten. They can change colors. They can
at will change shape, color, texture of their body. If you cut off a tentacle, it can regrow nearly identical. Also, their arms are all have independent neurons. They can have each arm has the ability to individually taste and smell. Like they are creepy, terrifying alien creatures.
I want an octopus now.
Good luck. It'll strangle you in your sleep.
Yeah, I'll just stick to my
fly
face.
away in its spaceship.
I don't know. Maybe like a pet rock. People had those. You remember those?
I got one right there. It's not a pet, but I just like that rock.
Let's put googly eyes on it. Now it's a pet.
That would be interesting.
I'm going to get you some googly eyes. Yeah, I mean, I really want to sugar glider.
Yeah, I was right. Octopus has 3 hearts. I just wanted to fact check that because some of the octopus facts are insanity. It's a terrifying creature. It shouldn't be here.
They are weird. Anyways, I'm going back to my top 5 that you were like, no. Top 5 exotic pets, monkey. I win. I would. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like there's a lot of like dream pets we all like pretend we would like, but in actuality, I think that would be a tough one to keep. Same thing, like I would always love to have like my own tiger or lion, but reality, like come on,
I don't want
Sigmund
those.
and Freud, come on,
I don't
it's
want
gonna eat your face.
I don't want those.
The temptation to like play with it in real life, which all these rich people do, and shocker, what happens? It kills somebody.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. That was not in my dream list. My dream list would be monkey, horse.
Horse is a good one. We didn't talk about horses at all
because they suck. They cost millions of dollars to take care of.
They're expensive. It's definitely an elite pet.
They're a pain in the ass.
I don't have a ton of personal experience with them, but it's really interesting to say.
Well,
there's a lot of like connection with horses and humans. Like horses naturally do really, really well with autistic humans. Mm-hmm. There's just some kind of like wavelength that they can connect with.
Is that why you like them so much?
Probably. But it's really interesting. Like even like Native Americans, like they're highly revered in their culture. They're supposed to be very spiritual connections with horses.
They help them paint with all the colors of the wind.
Maybe Pocahontas. Maybe.
I love that movie. Let's see.
We got to move into fish eventually.
Yeah. All right. So I want. Yeah. Monkeys, horses, freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on their head.
I'd like otters would be cool.
Ooh, that's a good one. Thank you.
Penguins.
Penguins would be dope.
Penguins, fun fact about penguins.
They mate for life.
They do mate for life, and penguins can also survive in almost any climate. Yeah. They're highly adaptable. They can live in some of the coldest climates in the world and some of the most tropical. They're really highly adaptable. That's why when you go to zoos, you have a penguin that, maybe naturally comes from the Arctic that can be in a Florida zoo. Mm-hmm. They're pretty much fine with whatever you throw them at.
Wow, and they're good dancers.
They're very charming.
They have little bow ties.
They hold their eggs with their feet.
Oh man, that's good.
There's so many fun penguins.
So cute.
That was one of March of the Penguins, the Morgan Freeman narrated movie. Mm-hmm. That should be. Let's substitute the dog movie list. Let's just add that in the animal list. Mm-hmm. That's a great movie.
That's true. Lion King, also a good animal movie.
I didn't watch the remake, the Jon Favreau remake. Did you?
Of Lion King?
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch remakes that didn't need to happen.
Well, that's a lot of movies.
No? Well, yeah, of course. But like that one really, like a live action Lion King, come on, that's not going to be good. It's not. Internet. Was it good?
Couldn't tell you. Probably not.
What do you know? Look around.
And Lion King is really just Hamlet.
Yes. They made it new by making it about animals and animated and changing some of the narrative.
One of the best Disney movies ever made. Give me your top 3 Disney movies ever.
Ooh, top 3 Disney movies ever.
I think we've done this, but nobody watches this, so this would be new for you.
Yeah. Top 3 Disney movies, probably Lion King, Mulan, Aladdin.
You gotta have. If you don't have Aladdin on your list, we turn it off.
Lion King, Mulan, Aladdin.
That's good. You got 3.
Yeah, that's good. That's it. I mean, I want to put in. I want Beauty and the Beast.
I was gonna say I'm a big Beauty and the Beast fan.
I would want to put Beauty and the Beast somewhere in there, but whatever. Yeah, I like them.
That was just a side note.
Yep. Anyways, fish tanks. Let's talk about
tanks.
It. Saltwater versus freshwater. We all know it's salt.
Salt's definitely cooler, but much more difficult upkeep.
Yeah, for sure.
So it depends on how deep you want to go in the rabbit hole. I did when I lived with Keoh back in LA. I had it was like 100-gallon tropical freshwater. You can do African cichlids, which is really cool if you want to do bright tropical looking fish, but not saltwater, because saltwater's a lot more of a pain. Then I highly recommend doing like a cichlid tank. Only problem is they're very aggressive, so you got to make sure you pick the right species and give them space. They're very territorial, but very tropical. You can mix in some really other cool other fish with them. Do you remember we had a couple clown loaches? Mm-hmm. They almost look like the colors of a clownfish, but like the shape of a giant catfish. They can mingle on in there. Also, my favorite, the armored biker.
Oh, yeah.
It's either bicker or biker. I don't remember how it's pronounced, but he looks like a dinosaur.
Eel.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like an eel.
He has almost like an eel with a lizard head and 4 little fin feet. And it straight up looks like a dinosaur. Probably the coolest fish. It's probably not even technically a fish.
What
was
the
amphibious.
Big pink ones you had? Like the big parrot looking ones. The big.
Oh, that was a cichlid. That was a type of cichlid, but it was. I forget that one. It's like a. I think you're right. It's like a parrot.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think the thing that's fascinating about fish tanks is that you're
blood red parrot cichlid. So it is. It's you're right on the parrot. It is a cichlid.
They're creating an ecosystem.
Yeah, that's what's fun about them. So I was definitely a naturalist with the tank. You can do fake stuff, but I was really big into real wood, live plants, also an algae eater, a big Plecocostomus, a pleco. The algae eaters, the ones that suck on the wall, those are cool too because they'll help.
They clean your tank.
If you it's difficult to do, but you can make a pretty sustainable tank where you don't have to clean the water that much, because if you use natural plants and the right mix of fish and wood, it can be pretty sustainable, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's basically like setting up a biofilter with the plants.
Now, what are the what are the main components of a saltwater tank? Like, do you know off the top? Like,
No.
okay,
No.
okay.
I don't
Because
wanna
I know
quote
you had
saltwater.
a bit. I know you had a big saltwater tank in college.
Yeah,
so-
and that was my roommate. My roommate in college, this was his saltwater
Mm-hmm.
tank. I've never personally owned a saltwater tank, so I can't speak on it. But even just watching all the work he had to do to upkeep it, and then like one problem happens and your expensive saltwater fish die. It is like, it's a stressful. Freshwater fish in general, you can kind of get away with little poorer management.
Okay.
However,
I thought
you have to
might
have the
know.
filters running. Do you remember the time when the power went out and yet we had to force oxygenation in the water? We had to hand bucket water constantly to keep oxygenation. When you break the surface tension in water, that's why the filters keep the water moving. That's what oxygenates the water, and the fish breathe oxygen. So interesting. Like if that goes
I
down,
didn't even realize why we were doing that. I was like, this is
Yeah.
so dumb. I hate this fish tank.
it's wild. So yeah, if power goes
Stupid.
out, it's best to have a generator for your tank. You need like a backup power source.
Okay.
Different kinds of commitments.
I get it. The one thing I don't like about freshwater tanks is they stink.
I mean, that's really honestly all tanks can, but that's also poor just tank management. If you clean it, it will have a smell because I mean it's like a good smelling pond will still have a smell. But if it stinks, that just means overgrowth of algae, negative bacteria. Like that's probably just poor management. And most people are notorious for not cleaning the water. Like you have to do water changes. You have to be good on your filters.
Yeah.
I'd say 90% of fish tank owners are bad.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
it's
mean,
just- it's
they're
easy
high
to do.
maintenance.
It is. It's a labor of love for sure.
Yeah, it's high maintenance, man.
Best way is to just be rich. Have a baller one where the fish tank store comes and cleans it for you.
Perfect.
That's the best way.
Number 4 on my dream pet list.
Shark. You know, like all the rich people, like
Dude,
Shaq,
sharks.
they
I
get-
said
they get
shark
a
with
shark
laser
tank.
beams.
Yeah,
Like
I
that,
don't
like,
think you did.
I did. I said freaking sharks with freaking laser beams on their head.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, dude, I want that. Like, no, without the lasers, but if I had like a shark tank, that would be dope.
That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, all my dream animals come with their own caretaker. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, I have dream people too. Like, it's like I need a dream pet.
Sounds like this
dream-
dog.
Oh yeah,
worn
he's,
you out.
He's knocked out.
I'm saying he's worn you out from
Yeah.
caretaking.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
I mean, it's taking care of any animal is a massive commitment. Even cats, like it's just you're responsible for another life.
Yeah, no.
Even fish, even the easier, like you're responsible for their life, their world, and that takes commitment.
Yeah. I one day I'll want a cat, but no. When I hate myself enough that I need a pet to be mean to me too. What are you looking for?
I was just looking at the picture of I forgot about the blood parrot cichlid. They're really cool. They get really large.
They do.
And they're kind of, I think, a genetic mistake. I don't think they're natural.
They're
I think they were
stupid looking.
Well, I think they were bred in pet stores.
Yeah.
And they actually have a mouth that doesn't close, so they have to chew their food with their throat muscles. So they have a weird looking, funny face, but they're really, really beautiful colors.
That's crazy.
That's what's cool about the African cichlids is we had a couple mean ones, but like we had bright blue. Some of them could change color. Do you remember the blue one that was the alpha for a while that you'd be able to turn on and off its stripes?
No, I don't remember turning on and off the stripes. I remember the one you're talking about, but he was always blue to me.
I mean, it's wild, some of these fish. Color changing ones are really interesting to have. And it's more of an aesthetic. And I think bigger tanks are better because smaller tanks, you mean more water, better chance of it being fresh. But larger tanks, you can kind of see more of their personality. They have room to move around, interact with each other. They create little, nooks that they live in, little houses. More room, you can see some personality. And also, like most things, larger fish, a little more personality. You can kind of see, they'll even be aware of you in the tank. They'll come up to you and interact. Puffers are known for that back in the saltwater. Puffers are supposed to be pretty interactive with people. You can actually go to the tank and they'll notice you.
That's cool. What are the things that you need if you were going to start up a freshwater tank? Like, what are the primary, necessities?
The bare necessities, I mean, just, obviously a tank, a stand. You need some kind of a filtration system.
That's it.
Water, fish, food, pretty
There you go.
basic. I mean,
That's
you can
it.
buy
Okay.
the filters. Definitely the easiest to start with.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go more in depth, One of the interesting things too is you need to run a tank for ideally a couple days to, basically let the bacteria grow and let it, let the ecosystem begin. You don't want to shock fish into just straight up tap water.
Yeah.
So you kind of let it need to develop. A lot of people will rush because you get excited, but it really takes a lot of prep to set up a tank properly.
Wow. I'm learning so much.
I like fish.
Hell yeah, man. So what do you think your next pet's going to be?
Dog. Yeah, once we can, we'll get a dog for sure. My wife really wants a dog. We'll get one once we're ready. Once we have a little more space, a little more financially prepared. Because I'm highly aware of the commitment. It's definitely a lifestyle decision. I think a lot of people underestimate that it's a lifestyle decision. You can't just leave on the weekend when you want. You can't stay at work an extra hour later if you don't have someone to let the dog out. Feel like it's just it changes your world.
It does.
The benefits, I think, exceed that work. However, it doesn't change the fact that it comes with that work and that dedication. And I think that's another reason why cats are easier. Cats are so much more self-sustaining.
Yes.
So if you have an indoor cat, even an outdoor cat, if you just have a litter box or with them go out, you can leave cats for days and weeks as long as they have food and water somewhere. Cats are fine. You can leave them and not worry. And I think that's
true
the
too. That is an advantage for sure.
It's a huge advantage. It takes the stress out. You get some of the love if you get a good one. So they'll love you when they want to. And you can still have that animal energy without the constant, I need to take you out before I go to work. I need to take you out when I come home from work. I need to go leave at lunch to take you out. I got to make sure you get food and water and use the bathroom. I mean, it's way more. Cats in that regard are just, you got food and water? Okay, we can leave for 3 days. Odds are your cat will be fine.
Right. All right.
What about you?
Man, if Kai doesn't live forever, which I'm banking on him doing so.
He will.
If he does, then it'll be Kai. If he does not, I'm gonna go no pet for a while, and then I will. And then if I was ever gonna get something else, I would probably get another dog because I think I did a decent job with this one.
When you already said what, Jack Russell?
Nah, probably not. Like it's something. A mutt maybe could have some Jack Russell in him. I just would like a little dog I can put in my sweater and go in the airport. It would be so easy.
Big guy, little dog. You just a charmer. You charm the ladies head to toe.
It's just so easy. They're so easy. Like it's so much harder. Like if I fly with Kai, he's got to go under, or he's got to go under, or I got to buy extra seats.
That's so bad for dogs. They have to like drug.
He's only done it once.
That sucks.
Only when I took him from Cali to here.
One little dog. I can just see you prancing through the airport.
I do prance.
Mustache glimmering.
It does.
Little dog in tote.
That's right.
Gonna break a lot of hearts.
I know.
And on that note,
you know how I do.
I hope we're not breaking your hearts, but this episode is over. Comment down below your favorite animal. And if you'd like to send us some animals, send them to Ryan's house, and he'd love it.
I would love that. That'd be great. You want me to just get him up here?
We'll just cut the camera and make it easy. I got some pictures of Kai for you. And you.